start streaming. There. Start streaming. Brad is having a show just for himself. No, I wouldn't do that. That would be pointless. I just forgot to hit a button. We should be good. You guys good? T-Train, whoever that is. Nick. I'm familiar with Nick. I'm not familiar with T-Train. Are we good now? I hear it. Okay. Do you see it too? Is everything fine? Good. Exclamation point from Nick. All right, we're back. We're not even back. We started. You didn't miss anything. All I said was don't buy things from Temu because you'll wind up with a shirt like this it is fantastic. I wear a 2X. I'm a large dude. I wear a 2X. I bought a 3X knowing that this type of, it's kind of a Hawaiian shirt, but Christmas themed. I bought 3X. Knowing full well it's going to be a maybe. Everything on Temu is a maybe. This is a maybe. It failed. But it works for the show. Look at that. Merry. And it says Christmas, too. Santa's on it. It's awesome. It does not fit for life. I can't walk around in this thing. But I can wear it on the show because you only see this part of me. That's all you missed. That's all I did. Audio and audio and visual. Wow, that's a good way to mess me up, man. Audio and visual ready to roll. Yeah, we're fine. And I think I have the Mixler going already. Let me make sure. Yeah, that's going. All right. Nobody uses that. I've got one listener on Mixler, so that's good. We're weaning off it. Although I did pay for it through like June. So I guess I'll probably just keep using it and kind of ignoring it. But YouTube is the future. I believe that YouTube is the future. Teach it well and let it lead the way. You get that dumb joke? All right. My Facebook memories today. You guys do that? Facebook? It brings up happy moments from your life or just moments from your life. These are so good. Here, look at this. This is Facebook memories from today. 6 years ago. 6 years ago when I was in the Bahamas for the first time. We went again this year, actually. Beginning of this year. January of this year. We were at what might end up being the final Bahamas Bowl. But look at these pictures. Oh, my God. Look at that. This video as we were pulling into the Atlantis Resort. It's on, like, fast speed, but you get the sense of how much cooler that is than Buffalo. Although I will say, it looks warm outside. Today's the day it's supposed to hit like 50 and snow's going to melt. Look at that ice off the driveway that I haven't dealt with at all. That's cool. So there's the video, and then we've got pictures. Those are crazy lobsters. Those are purple fish. Purple fish. We went to a place with purple fish. Look at this. Green fish. Resort. I don't have a ton of pictures from this. But these are all just awesome. That's the golf course we played. John Fuller hooked us up. Got us on the golf course. He was the only one worthy of the course. Me, Scott, Paul suck at golf. Fuller's a golfer. And then this is a picture we took from... I took this one... We were at a... here's the beauty of the Bahamas. Like, I could never go there. Scott went there with his family recently. But you got to pay when you go with your family. This was all... It was all free. And I got paid to go there because I was working. But we got to hang out at this place. And then every night, there was this media... I don't know what they would call it. We'll call it a lounge, but there's a better word. But there's a media lounge with snacks. They didn't have like full food, but they had snacks and open bar for, I don't know, 2 hours, 4 hours, something like that. You could just go hang out, and we just did that most nights. Just hang out and drink beer or Goombay punch. Goombay, 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 Goombay. You get into the island lifestyle, you know? It was awesome. And this was, so our hotel, can you see the cursor on the screen? No. Well, we were in the building you're looking at in the picture. We were in that. And then this was a separate tower that we were in for this media lounge, and you could look back over there, and that's what it looked like at night. It was awesome. Well, now we're back to this. All right, we don't need to do that. I'm just sharing, man. Seeing that video and those pictures is what inspired me to go upstairs and grab the stupid shirt I bought. See how stupid? Merry Christmas. It's a good shirt, but honestly, I bought a size too big, and it still is not big enough. And it's not that I've grown in the last month or so. I'm doing okay. I'm kind of maintaining. Not going down, really, but I'm not going up, which is good. I've been way worse from a weight standpoint. And this shirt should fit, but it does not. So it's going to end up being a shirt I can wear on the show because you can't see me fully jammed in down there. Just sucks. But it's also a good shirt for when my son, Zach, who's almost my size, height-wise, is way lighter, but he can wear it for some, ugly Christmas sweater type of day. This is more a Hawaiian Christmas shirt, but, it's fun. All right, here's the deal. Ray Walter is going to join us today, I think, at 11:30. We're to the baseball party. I'm not going to I can't go to the baseball party. I can't go. We have too many things. Carol gets to go to the baseball party. I don't get to go to the baseball party. That is, I think, Saturday or Sunday. I don't know. One of those days. But we've got 9 different things. One of them is a party. I don't get to go. Free beer and pizza. Can't go. Terrible. Isn't that terrible? All the time and money I invest in baseball, and then there's a party and I can't go to it. I think that sucks. But I've got we invest time and money in other things too, and I got to do a different one. It's a great shirt. It really is. It's just, don't buy anything off Temu. I bought now I don't remember what I said before I turned on the feed. So I was just, as Nick pointed out, doing a show for myself for a couple minutes. I placed like an $86 order through Temu, and it's not the first time I've ordered from there. I know full well that it's a crapshoot. Like, it might be, you might hit on something. Most of it's going to fail. I think everything I bought failed. The shirt is great. It just doesn't fit me. And I knew going in it might be a problem. Oh, well. It looks good on camera, I think, though. Right? It's fine. High Meadow Home baseball party. Who are you? Who are you, High Meadow Home? I like seeing new names in the chat. New names in the chat is good. What that proves to me is that we are learning to come over to the YouTube side of things. And honestly, I don't need you looking at me. But I prefer, I like this as a radio show, as an audio thing. That's what I'm good at. Looking like I want to be involved in the conversation is not a strength of mine in life or in show production. So this is what I look like, and that sucks. It sucks. Haha. All right, I got you. Katie, Henry's mom. Good. Hi, Katie. How are you? Good to see you, Katie. Welcome to the YouTube chat. Much appreciated. I'm not even good at looking like I'm interested when I'm having a conversation with a person, and I realize that. I think it stems from doing so much radio, where it's better for me if I'm talking to you right now. Like right now, I'm looking at the camera, okay? I'm looking into the camera. This feels very uncomfortable and very unnatural to me. Here's how I would like to talk. Like this. I like just my head down, whether it's because I'm looking at notes or I'm just trying to ignore the surroundings from doing like a radio remote. All of this stems from, I blame Rick Martin. Former Sabres great Rick Martin. The late, great Rick Martin. Awesome guy. Obviously amazing hockey player, but super good dude. Just cool guy. Who is very much missed since he passed away many years ago in a car crash. How long ago was that? All right, I'm going to look that up. How long ago did Rick Martin die? Then I'll tell the Rick Martin story. Rick Martin. Let's do a Wikipedia. That should give us the date, right? Enrique Martin Morales, professionally known as Ricky Martin. That's not the guy. Rick Martin, Richard Lionel Martin, Canadian professional. That's the guy. I'm not looking to live La Vida Loca. 2011, so 14 years ago, we lost Rick Martin. What were the circumstances of that? It was a car crash. It was in Clarence. He had a heart attack while driving. Was 59 years old. He had stage 2 CTE. I didn't know that one. A disease normally associated with enforcers in hockey. Damage was believed to stem from a severe concussion he sustained in '78. Had no effect on his cognitive abilities. He was the first non-enforcer to have been diagnosed with the disease, which can only be diagnosed posthumously. Huh. I don't think I ever knew that. It was a heart attack. The dog was in the car. I don't remember if the dog lived or died, but it was bad. It was very sad. Anyway, Rick Martin is probably the person who trained me to do radio shows like this, looking down. Because Rick Martin, we had a show together. I was doing a regular show at night okay, got to think of the name. Kahunaville, that's the name. The jungle-themed bar at the mall. So I was doing a show at Kahunaville, and let's say I was on from 6 until 10 or something. Rick Martin was on with me that night from 7 until 8, let's say. And Rick Martin had nothing better to do while sitting around at the bar, because he was there when I got there. I got there at, 5:15, and Rick Martin's just hanging out drinking beer. Massive beers. The beers at Kahunaville were like that. They're just big jugs of beer. And Rick was just messing with me the whole time. The hour leading into him coming on the air, he was just like dancing in front of me, and he was doing like the elevator, the elevator thing where you walk behind a table and you down, and you make it look like or an escalator. It looks like you're going on an escalator. I said elevator, I meant escalator. Rick Martin was doing that to me. I was just like, you're NHL great Rick Martin. You should be in the Hall of Fame. Instead, you're at Kahunaville doing the escalator joke while drinking massive beers in front of me, messing with me. And stuff like that, along with anything else I ever did on a radio remote, led to where I don't want to look at the camera. Because I don't want to look at the crowd, because I need to focus on what I'm doing. I'm better off with my eyes closed. But I'd look like a jackass with my eyes closed doing the show. So instead, I look like a jackass in this shirt, sitting in my house, talking to you. Live. On Riter Radio. What does Tyron do for work? Who's Tyron? Look at Henry's mom getting all the attention. See, this is why we can't have nice things. We can't bring a woman into the conversation without all of you just, hey, what's up, lady? How you doing? How's it going? You wouldn't talk like that if you saw Henry's dad. I'll tell you that right now. Henry's dad will mess you up. Henry's dad is high on the list of dudes I want around me anywhere I go in case anything goes down. So just, you guys in the chat, I'm telling you right now, just be careful. Be careful with Henry's mom. She's great. She is great. You're her friend. She's your friend. No other ideas with Henry's mom. So Henry's dad will take care of you. He will. I haven't seen it happen. I just know it could. Be careful. Watch yourselves. I would like to work for a hot dog company. How many hot dog companies are there? Around here, it seems like there's one hot dog company. And we play baseball in their facility in Elma on a regular basis. All right, you guys want to hear what Trump said yesterday? I do. I haven't heard it at all. But I've got the live thing, and my God, like, I've been thinking for a while that one of my old radio tricks was the truth detector. And I've been thinking, man, I wish it worked so great because Greg Williams was the head coach of the Bills. And that's where the truth detector came from. It was like, listen to this guy. Everything he says is garbage. So we should listen to what he says and then ring a bell when it's true, which is rare, and then hit a buzzer when it's not and pause it and talk about it. And I was like, man, it sucks because, Sean McDermott doesn't just lie to people in the same way that Greg Williams did. It worked great for Greg Williams. It worked a little bit for Mike Mularkey. It worked a little bit for maybe Marone or Geron or something. But McDermott is kind of just a straight shooter. So truth detector Sean McDermott does not work. Truth detector President of the United States would work great. So I think that's what we have to do here to start the show, because the president spoke yesterday, addressed the nation. I didn't even know it was happening, but it did. And he's all decorated for Christmas and whatnot. It's pretty great. I'm also decorated for Christmas. My thought is, if we just listen to what he had to say, and I'm going into this cold. But I want to hear what it is. And I want the truth detector to help us with it. So that's what we're going to do for a little bit. It's 18 minutes of Donald Trump addressing the nation. I don't know anything about what's in it. I imagine it'll be great, but we're doing it raw. We're gonna do it live. We're going live. We're doing it live. So I need my is this it? Right there? Okay. Is everything working? Here's the yes chime. Here's the no buzzer. Okay. And this, if I unmute. Let's go. You ready? This is what we're going to do today. For now. You can just hold down the lie button. Well, we'll see what happens.
Good evening, America. 11 months ago, I inherited a mess, and I'm fixing it. When I took office, inflation was the worst in 48 years, and some would say in the history of our country, which caused prices to be higher than ever before.
All right, let's just stop for a second. Is he about to tell us that things are cheap now? I'm trying to think. There was an example yesterday, something I couldn't believe. Oh, I know what it was. Wegmans. I was at Wegmans. How much do you think it costs for a Wegmans pizza that's pre-made but you have to cook? So it's ready. It's in the prepared foods area of Wegmans. It's a large pizza, good size, large pizza like you would order from anywhere. Except it's just done by Wegmans. So it'll be fine, but it's not going to be great. All right. T-Train, let's not pretend that this is political talk. This is just me having fun with a goofball who's a president. This is not political talk, I promise you. Right? We have a funny president. So we're going to listen to what he says, and then I'm going to talk about it. That's all. I haven't even heard it. I don't even know what it is. There's no preparation here. Don't run away from me, T-Train. In the chat, T-Train says, I'll be back when politics is over and sports and other talk is in. No. It's all the same show. I promise you. I talk about the Bills the same way I talk about the president. The president is a funny character in our lives and happens to be kind of dominant. So that's why we're doing it. This is not politics. This isn't me. This isn't WBEN. This isn't anything. I have no strong political side that I take. That guy's in charge, so let's talk about him. Like we would talk about McDermott being in charge of the Bills. Don't run away. How much do you think it would cost for the pizza? Nick says $12. I believe it was $18.50. $18.50 for you to half make my pizza at Wegmans. That's too much. That's inflation. That I'm not okay with. I don't think the president is in charge of pizza prices at grocery stores. But in the grand scheme of things, we're in a world where half half-made pizza at a grocery store costs more than a fully made pizza at a pizzeria should. Now, I expect at this point a large cheese and pepperoni pizza to cost me $30. I expect that now. I don't like it, but I expect it. But a pre-made, not cooked pizza at a grocery store should not be bumping up against $20. And this guy's about to tell us how inflation is a problem he's dealing with. And he's going to tell us it's under control, and it's not. I assure you it's not. All right, here we go. We're 19 seconds into 18 minutes and 19 seconds of Trump speaking yesterday.
Making life unaffordable for millions and millions of Americans. This happened during a Democrat administration, and it's when we first began hearing the word affordability. Our border was open, and because of this, our...
All right. I don't have anything to say. Okay. He's talking about inflation. I'm thinking about the price of a pizza at Wegmans. He's talking about the border being open, which it never was, but okay.
Our country was being invaded by an army of 25 million people, many who came from prisons and jails, mental institutions, and insane asylums.
So this is on December 17th, what he thinks are the pressing issues. During a Democratic administration, an army of 25 million people, many of them from insane asylums, are here, and that's why my pizza costs too much. Okay.
Asylums. They were drug dealers, gang members, and even 11,888 murderers, more than 50% of whom killed.
Can we concede that that's completely untrackable? You can't possibly say that during the previous administration, 11,888 murderers crossed the border. Like, if we could track that, if we could track how many murderers were coming across the border, I think we wouldn't have a problem. We wouldn't have to talk about building a wall and then not build a wall, and there was already a wall, and then forget about the wall thing. We don't talk about the wall anymore. We didn't have to do that if we had a system in place where 11,888 murderers were documented streaming into the country. Okay.
Killed more than one person. This is what the Biden administration allowed to happen to our
We get it. Biden sucks. We get it.
country, and it can never be allowed to happen again.
True.
We had men playing in women's sports,
Oh, my God.
transgender for everybody, crime at record levels with law enforcement.
We had 11,888 murderers, undocumented, but we know the number, cross during that administration. Also, dudes are playing women's sports. What is going on? This guy's the best, and worse, but the best.
And words such as that just absolutely forbidden. We had the worst trade deals ever made, and our country was laughed at from all over the world.
Imagine being able to
come on.
build anything
All right, whatever.
just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform.
We have to sit through ads because I have endeavored to listen to 18 minutes of Donald Trump speak today. It's all right. I can skip. There we go. Let's go.
Laughing anymore.
No more laughing.
Over the past 11 months, we have brought more positive change to Washington than any administration in American history.
So, how would you... I guess in a world where you can count the number of people who, undocumented people who came across the border and get it down to the exact number of how many murderers came across the border, which is 11,888. I would like that to stick. It's probably going to get lost because there's 17 more minutes of this. So that's probably going to be forgotten. But the idea that this guy just told us exactly how many murderers crossed the border while people were running across the border without being documented, that's insane. That's insane. and then we had this to it. Okay, just keep going. There are only we're already a minute 36 in, so there's only 16 and a half minutes left.
There's never been anything like it, and I think most.
Oh yeah, and so we're the most effective. We've done the best. Ta-da! Sure.
Would agree. I was elected in a landslide, winning the
Not really. Oh, I keep forgetting to play the thing.
popular vote, and all 7 swing states and everything else, with a mandate to take on a sick and corrupt system that really just took the wealth from people and crushed the dreams of the.
I feel like he's been coached to keep his hands on the podium, and he just went off script right there. We've got 17 minutes left. He only made it 2 minutes without his hands doing the thing that he always does the thing. I predict that will come back. All right, here we go.
The American people. For the last 4 years, the United States was ruled by politicians who fought only for insiders, illegal aliens, career criminals, corporate lobbyists, prisoners, terrorists, and above all, foreign nations, which took advantage of us at levels never seen before. They flooded your cities and towns with illegal aliens. They decimated your hard-earned savings. They indoctrinated your children with hate for America. They just released a level of violent felons that we had never seen.
I don't know how often I'm going to use the buzz or the ding because I don't want to be too overly judgmental. But this is insane. And I think what we can all track here over the next 16 minutes of this video is his hands. So just picture that everyone he knows, and I don't know if this is true, but this is what I'm picturing. Everyone he knows is like, all right, you're going to give the speech. You're going to put your hands on the sides of the podium. You're going to hold the podium. Hold the podium like you're driving a motorcycle at high speed. Okay, just hold it. No hands off the steering mechanism here. You're going to hold that, and you're not going to do the crazy this shit with your hands. You're not going to do that. Don't do that. And he's like, all right, I got it. Everyone he knows told him, don't move your hands. So rather than the dings and the buzzes, we're going to listen, we're going to assess, but we're mostly going to watch his hands. Watch when I think, and this is live, this is on fly. I have not heard this speech. I just saw a couple headlines that made me think I should hear this speech. That's what I'm tracking. I'm tracking the hands. The hands are when things are getting out of control. Clearly, he's reading off a teleprompter. Once the hands start flying, I feel like that's off script. That's where the crazy lives. I think.
To prey on innocent. They caused war. They caused mayhem. They caused a horrible situation all over the globe. But now you have a president who fights for the law-abiding, hardworking people of our country, the ones who make this nation run, who make this nation work. And after just 1 year, we have achieved more than anyone could have imagined. Starting on day one, I took immediate action to stop the invasion of our southern border. For the past 7 months, 0 illegal aliens.
Okay. To be clear, you don't get to pretend you weren't already president for 4 years. You don't get to do that. I mean, you do. You're going to. But it's not like he stepped into a nation he had no part of building. It's like, it's a mess. I have to become president now. It's like, no, you were in. Then it's like, no way. Then the other guy, we were like, no way. And now you're back. We can't. You were going to build a wall. You told us in 2015 you were building a wall. Had that wall been built, which already there's already a wall. I heard Shane Gillis talking about this, and I had this observation also. I was in Arizona in 1990. Okay, so 35 years ago, I was in Arizona, and we went to there's Nogales, Arizona, and then across the border from that is Nogales, Mexico. It's probably Nogales, some state, but I don't know what the state is. But there's a wall and a fence, and you have to go through a thing, and there's customs. It's just like going into Canada, where there's something there. I mean, we have a river. We built a river. That was smart to keep the Canadians out. We built a river. That was very intelligent by the founders of Buffalo. But the wall was there, and there's no more wall or less wall than there used to be 35 years ago. And that was 10 years ago when he was running for president. It was like, we're going to build a wall. People were like, yeah, build that wall. And then he was president for 4 years. No wall. No new wall. Same wall. Same wall. And now he's positive that he knows that, what was the number? 11,888 murderers came through. They were undocumented, but he knows. And then now no problems. No problems since.
Have been allowed into our country, a feat which everyone said was absolutely impossible. Do you remember when Joe Biden said that he needed...
It's impossible to track that. I mean, I think everyone would say currently that it's impossible to track that. But please, go on, sir.
Congress to pass legislation to help close the border? He was always blaming Congress and everyone else. As it turned out, we didn't need legislation. We just needed a new president. We inherited the worst border anywhere in the world, and we quickly turned it into the strongest border in the history of our country. In other words, in a few short months, we went from worst to best.
Hands.
We're deporting criminals, restoring safety to our most...
Put your hands on the wheel, sir. Sir, hands on the wheel.
...dangerous cities. Just take a look at Washington, D.C. It's at levels of safety that we've never seen before. And they decimated the bloodthirsty foreign drug cartels. We did that all by ourselves with our people, and we're so proud of it because they were poisoning and destroying our population. Drugs brought in by ocean and by sea are now down.
Drugs brought in by ocean and by sea could not have been in the script. By ocean and by sea? Who talks like this? Just the guy we elected. Oh my God, we're stupid.
94%. We have broken the grip of sinister woke radicals
I need to go back.
Our population.
94% of what?
Drugs brought in by ocean and by sea are now down 94%.
So we're tracking the percentage of drugs brought in by ocean and by sea, which is not a thing. What about by Gulf? By Gulf of America? How about that? Oh my God.
Have broken the grip of sinister woke radicals in our schools and control.
You think you know, David.
It's all right. It's all right. I can sit through commercials. I don't mind. I got nothing else to do, and I want to listen to this. And why would I listen to it on my own time and react to no one when I can listen to it with you guys and react to you? And you guys can react in the chat. This is great. Did we really lose T-Train because we're playing a thing that happened on television yesterday? Come on, T-Train. All right, moving on.
Is back now in the hands of our great and loving states where education belongs. After rebuilding the United States military in my first term, and with the addition we are adding right now, Wait.
He claims that he rebuilt the U.S. military in his first term. Just in passing, just casually drops in. You know, when I rebuilt the military between 2016 and 2020, that's what I did. I rebuilt the military. Okay.
We have the most powerful military anywhere in the world, and it's not even close.
Okay. It's been like that for a long time.
I've restored American strength, settled 8 wars in 10 months, destroyed the...
He believes he settled 8 wars in 10 months. He believes that. He doesn't think he's lying to you right now. He thinks he's settled 8 wars in 10 months. Okay.
Iran nuclear threat and ended the war in Gaza, bringing for the first time in 3...
Yeah, they're all set. Everything's all set in the Middle East. You did that. Congratulations. Holy crap.
1,000 years, peace to the Middle East and security.
Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine. There won't ever be a problem there again.
Secured the release of the hostages, both living and dead.
Congratulations on securing the release of dead hostages. That is super impressive.
At home, we're bringing our economy back from the brink of ruin. The last administration
No, you're not.
and their allies in Congress looted our treasury for trillions of dollars, driving up prices and everything at levels never seen before. I am bringing those high...
Everything that I buy today costs more than it did a year ago. I haven't... Not one thing is cheaper today than it was a year ago. This is my own personal observation. Not an economist. I don't know it for a fact. I'm just telling you that you bleed. Every time you go to a store, you bleed money. You bleed it. So, yeah, it's all better now. No, worse now. Worse now than a year ago. Go.
prices down and bringing them down very fast.
There was an egg thing like a year ago that settled itself. Eggs. If he's just talking about eggs, he's done a remarkable job of fixing the egg price. If he's talking about anything else on earth, no.
Let's look at the facts. Under the Biden
Great idea.
administration, car prices rose 22.
I have recently seen reasonable lease deals in commercials for automobiles. I concede that. It's very rare. It's only it was like one, or it was zero money down, $230 a month or something. And it wasn't a car I'd fit in because I'm a large person. I did see one of those, and I feel like a year ago I saw none of those. So if that's what he means, if he means I brought down the price of the Hyundai Excel or something, we gotta give credit where credit is due. Everything else is $500 a month, and you got to put $4,000 down. You want to drive a Jeep? Okay.
2%, and in many states, 30% or more. Gasoline rose 30 to 50%. Hotel rates rose 37%. Airfares rose 31%. Now, under our leadership, they are all coming down and
By what percentage, sir?
coming down fast.
Are they? I don't believe you.
Democrat politicians also sent the cost of groceries soaring, but we are solving that too. The price of a Thanksgiving turkey was down 33% compared to the Biden last year.
This dude is bragging about turkey prices. Just to be clear, this is the President of the United States of America. He's 6 minutes into an 18-minute speech. It's yesterday. He's summing up what's going on in the world, and he is all in on turkey price is down 33%, which I didn't witness personally at all. Turkey looked exactly like it looked the year before and the year before and the year before. Here we go.
The price of eggs is down 82% since March, and everything.
Okay. The price of eggs is there. It is. There it is. I think that's what he's talking about. I think he just means eggs, and he's throwing in other things because you can't be the President of the United States, stand inside the Oval Office, and give a speech about how everything is cool because the price of eggs has stabilized. So it's like, yeah, everything's cheaper. Turkey, cars. What the hell is going on?
Everything else is falling rapidly, and it's not done yet. But boy, are we making progress. Nobody can believe what's going on. Here are just some of the efforts that we have underway. You will see in your wallets and bank accounts. In
Nobody
the new
can
year.
believe what's going on.
After years of record-setting falling incomes, our policies are boosting take-home pay at a historic pace. Under Biden, real wages plummeted by $3,000. Under Trump, the typical factory worker has seen a wage increase of $1,300. For construction workers, it's $1,800. For miners, we're bringing back clean, beautiful coal. it's $3,300.
Clean, beautiful coal is a phrase that the President of the United States used in his address to the nation, his unnecessary address to the nation. So far, this is great. Honestly, I'm glad we're doing this. If I did this by myself at home, I would just be texting people. Are you watching this? And they'd be like, no. But anybody who's watching and listening to the show is watching and listening to this. So this is perfect. This is what I should do every day, honestly. It doesn't have to be Trump. Just press conferences. Just me and press conferences. And we'll talk about them. Because I could pause them. I could show them. We can hear them.
And for the first time in years, wages are rising much faster than inflation. Remember,
raise your hand if you feel that. Raise your hand if you feel your wages rising as inflation is stagnating or decreasing. Raise your hand. Anyone?
remember that the wages, just look at it.
Hands.
Wages are going up much faster.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card.
All right, it's the price we have to pay. The price we have to pay is we have to sit through commercials here and there to watch 18 minutes of the president speak last night. But I'm all right with it. I'm going right through this. We'll take a break after this. Then we'll talk to Ray Walter, I think. How about the Knicks? Ray wants to talk about the Knicks. Ray's a judge. Ray is well-versed in all things political. And he's like, can we talk about the Knicks, please? And I said, sure. I haven't watched them. You have to do it yourself. So he's going to come on, I think, if he's free from his duties as a state Supreme Court justice by 11:30. That's what we're hoping for.
And how big is that? Very importantly, there are more people working today than at any time in American history, and 100% of all jobs created since I took office have been in the private sector. Think of that. 100% of all jobs have been in the private sector.
Okay, I lost track of it a little bit, but once you say 100%, I need to kind of focus on what you just tried to do, because I'm pretty sure 100%. That's tough. He's already told us zero something came over to the border. Zero. I don't know if it was murderers. I think it might just be illegal. No one has gotten past the border. 0%. 0 people. That was a hard and fast number. And now this is 100% of something. We're going to go back. Sorry for the repeat, but I want to hear what he's saying 100% of.
Percent of all jobs created since I took office have been in the private sector.
Okay. So no one has been hired in the public sector. No job has been created in the public sector in America since he took over this time. Again, let's not forget there were 4 years before this term. We ignore those. So 100%. 100%.
Think of that. 100%.
Think of that. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's the thing. That's what you make me do. You make me think of that. You make me think about you saying 100% of anything. I question anybody who says, I question weathermen who tell me there's a 100% chance of rain. It can't be 100%. Give me 99. I won't argue at all. 99. I'll leave you alone. 100 is all. I don't believe you.
Of all jobs have been in the private sector rather than government, which is the only way to make a country powerful and great. This historic trend will continue. Already, I've secured a record-breaking...
This trend of never hiring anybody in the government again. So he's claiming no one's been hired in the government. I guess there might be something there. There might be something there that we have not created any new positions in the federal government. Therefore, I'm using that to say that 100% of jobs that have been created have been in the private sector. There might... If you're nuts, I can see how you could get there. I'll let that one go. I'm going to let that one go. I'm letting that slide. Here we go.
$18 trillion of investment into the United States, which means jobs, wage increases, growth, factory openings, and far greater national security. Much of this success has been...
Time out. Far greater national security. That's not... Those aren't government jobs? How come when I'm doing my show and playing the songs on Spotify, they're recruiting me and all of you to come work for ICE? I mean, to me, it seems as though that's not a private sector situation. I don't know, man. I'm not well versed in this stuff. It just, all of this is insane.
Been accomplished by tariffs. My favorite word, tariffs. Which for many decades have been used successfully by other countries against us, but not anymore. Companies know that if they build in America, there are no tariffs, and that's why they're coming home to the USA in record numbers.
There is something to that. There is something to that. Right when the tariff thing kicked in, I kind of believe in it. Like, if you're saying, oh, this is really going to cripple my business, like, well, okay, but what's your business? Your business is importing things from elsewhere and selling them to America. There's something to that one. The tariff thing, I'm not a political person. I'm just a. Here's the thing: like if you live in the country, the political spectrum affects you. Like what happens in politics affects you, or it doesn't, and you just talk about it a lot. But I think there's something to that. I think there's something correct and positive and moving forward. Yeah, it would be better if we didn't have everything made overseas. I get that part. Bragging about its success right now and talking about things flooding back into our country is insane. But maybe he's right. I don't know. Maybe he's right.
They're building factories and plants at levels we haven't seen. AI, automobiles. We're doing what nobody thought was even possible, not even remotely possible.
I have to go back. Did he just say AI automobiles? Probably not, right?
In record numbers. They're building factories and plants at levels we haven't seen. AI, automobiles. We're doing what nobody thought was even possible, not even remotely possible. There has never, frankly, been anything like it.
You know he didn't say anything there, right? There's never, frankly, been anything like it. What is it? They're building AI and automobiles and factories. It's never been anything like it. There's never been anything like that. I remember when I was forced to go to church. I might offend some people here, sorry. When I was forced to go to church. And it still happens. I now only go to church. I go to weddings and funerals is when I go to church. And I find myself the entire time wondering if the person who's up at the front, who's in some sort of a robe, a minister or a priest or a whatever, I find myself wondering, are you in on it or do you believe it? Like, did you get tricked into spouting this crap or are you intentionally lying to me about stuff you don't know about? You're just making up. I wonder sometimes with Trump if he believes what he's saying or if he's completely lying. Like, it's very difficult to know because he speaks as if it's fact. The things he's saying that are fact that just aren't. And that's how I feel about priests and ministers. Where it's like, yeah, here's what's going to happen when you're dead because I know. And there's obviously no possible way to know. It's so obvious. And this is kind of like, are you lying? Or are you tricked and spreading the word of somebody who tricked you? That's how I feel about everything at church, All religions. I'm not going to pick one out. You're all either lying or you've been lied to and you believe you're telling the truth, but you just don't know. That's kind of what he is, and that's kind of the the cult of Trump thing. Like whatever he said, I believe him. Like I believe the priest. Like I believe the minister. Like I believe the whatever other rabbi. Like those people don't know anything at all. They're just people. There's people saying words, and that's this guy just saying things. Does he believe what he's saying? That's what I find myself wondering. Does he believe the things he's saying? He might.
A year ago, our country was dead.
A year ago, our country was dead. Remember that? Remember a year ago when our country was dead? This guy's great.
We're absolutely dead. Our country was ready to fail. Totally failed. Now, we're the hottest.
What does that mean? What does that mean? The hottest what?
Country anywhere in the world.
We're the hottest country in the world? We're reaching for the stars. Oh, my God.
And that's said by every single leader that I've spoken to.
Dude.
Over the last 5 months. Next year, you...
Okay, let's do the math on that. The last 5 months. So since July, every leader I've spoken to since July says America is the hottest country. That can't possibly be true. None of this can be true. None of this can be true.
You will also see the results of the largest tax cuts in American history that were really accomplished through...
Here's a check for $400. Congratulations.
Our great, big, beautiful bill, perhaps the most sweeping legislation ever passed in Congress.
Perhaps.
We wrapped 12 different bills up into one beautiful bill. That includes...
Yeah, nobody's ever done that before. Nobody's ever put multiple things into one thing. That's amazing. What a concept. What a jackass.
No tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. Under these cuts, many families will be saving between $11,000 and $20,000 a year, and next spring is projected to be the largest tax refund season of all time. Because of tariffs, along with the just passed One Big Beautiful Bill, tonight I am also proud to announce that more than 1,450,000, think of this.
1,450,000 is the number that the President of the United States just used in his speech addressing the nation. 100. We got to do that again. What did he say? I said it. That's not a real number, so it's hard to remember.
Because of tariffs, along with the just passed One Big Beautiful Bill, tonight I am also proud to announce that more than 1,450,000.
More than 1,450,000 is what the president just said with a straight face. His hand is moving, so he's off script. If my feeling about all of this is correct, just the hands give it away. The hands are like, I'm just making it up. I don't know. Once my hands settle down, I'll read again. And then I'll read. But when you say 1,450,000 or whatever you just...
Look at this. 1,450,000 military servicemen.
There it is. It's 1 million. He meant to say million when he said 1,000.
Bill. Tonight, I am also proud to announce that more than 1,450,000.
Yeah, 1,450,000 is not a number. He does correct. See, the hand is up. I bet the hand is down when he says the actual number. Let's see.
Think of this. 1,450,000 military service members will receive a special, we call Warrior Dividend before Christmas, a Warrior Dividend in honor of our nation's
Is he saying warrior? Is that a word? Warrior?
founding in 1776. We are sending every soldier.
What just happened there?
1,000.
Hold on.
We call Warrior Dividend before Christmas, a Warrior Dividend.
He probably means warrior, but he's saying warrior? Is there a typo in the teleprompter?
In honor of our nation's founding in 1776, we are sending every soldier $1,776.
Just to be clear, the second you decide to use the number 1776 as a amount for a check being sent to soldiers, you're cheapening the whole thing. Because can I just have 2,000, please? Or you need to be cute with it. You need to make it fancy. You need to make it 1776. All right. Thanks, dude.
Think of that. And the checks are already on the way. Nobody understood that one until about 30 minutes ago. We made a lot more money than anybody thought because of tariffs, and the bill helped us along. Nobody deserves it more than our military, and I say congratulations to everybody. And by the way, we now have record enlistment in our military, and last year we had among...
There's no way that's true. There's no chance that's true. We have record enlistment in our military, but okay.
The worst recruitment numbers in our military's history. What a difference a year makes.
All right, hold on. We're going
our
back.
Military, and I say congratulations to everybody. And by the way, we now have record enlistment in our military, and last year we had among the worst recruitment numbers in our military's history.
So it was
what
among
a
the
difference
worst.
A year makes.
It was among the worst. Now it's the best. It used to be among the worst. Now it's literally the best. It took 1 year to fix that, and I should believe you why.
In addition, I'm doing what no politician of either party has ever done.
Can't wait.
Standing up to the special interests to dramatically reduce the price of prescription drugs. I negotiated directly with the drug companies and foreign nations, which were taking advantage of our country for many decades, to slash prices on drugs and pharmaceuticals by as much as 400, 500, and even 600%.
Why wouldn't you just say 600%? Why would you say as much as 400, 500, 600? If you were thinking logically, why would you do that? If you're saying as much as, you use the high number in the conversation. That's the number you use. President elected twice, two times. We're like, you know who I think should run the country? That guy. It's unbelievable. I have said for a while, when he was running for president the first time, I said the reason I couldn't vote for him is that if I was on, and just run with me on this, if I was on a jury, and there are 12 of us in a room, and Donald Trump is one of the 12, he would say, I should be the foreman. I'd be like the best foreman. I'd be the foreman. I'll be the leader. I could do the, and I'd be like, well, you're not going to be my foreman. There's no chance. I feel like I would have to run for jury foreman just to make sure that this guy wasn't jury foreman, because he felt like he needed to be jury foreman because he had to be in charge of it, and I wouldn't let him be in charge of it. Just think, I wouldn't let him be on the board of our baseball league. I couldn't vote for him to be the T-ball commissioner of our baseball league. Just as a person, this is not even about, it's not about his beliefs, his actions, his politics. It's his brain. It's the way he functions. I couldn't let him be in charge of anything. And we put him in charge of the country twice. Look at us.
In other words, your drug costs will be plummeting downward, and I used the threat of tariffs to get foreign countries who would never have done it to pay the cost of this giant dollar reduction. They stopped ripping us off, and it began as of 4 days ago. There has never been anything like this in the history of our country. Drugs have only gone up.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a
There's a bunch more of this. I'm going to keep going. The whole speech reeks of satire in a normal day and age. Yeah, that's right. Could be an SNL skit with no changes, just a laugh track. Examples of non-private sector jobs: teachers, police, social workers, postal workers. LOL. Yeah. Thanks for watching this with us, Brad. This is actually more comical than the South Park reruns I chose to watch last night. Nothing will top Pam Bondi claiming they saved 258 million American lives by seizing fentanyl in a country of 342 million, including elderly and children. Yeah. This is not, and I hope you get, this is not like Republican versus Democrat. That's the dude in charge of the country. Like that's a clown in charge of the country. That's all. He could be a Republican or a Democrat. This is insane. This is insane that this man has access to a podium and cameras at all times and buttons of the nuclear variety. Like all of that, that's the guy. That's who's in charge. All right, put your best foot forward. All right, this is our best foot. Best foot is this. Okay. I got mute on.
Most favored nation, and no president has ever had the courage or ability to get this done until now. The first of these unprecedented price reductions will be available starting in January through a new website, TrumpRx.gov. And these big price cuts will greatly reduce the cost of health care. I'm also taking on the gigantic health insurance companies that have gotten rich on billions of dollars of money that should go directly to the people. The money should go to the people.
I'm going to take a quick timeout from laughing at Trump to say, hell yes, on insurance companies. Massive problem. The part where you live and then at the end of your life, you go into some kind of facility and then all of the money is taken from you and you have nothing to leave for your descendants, your family. That's insane. We live too long. That's part of it. But the system by which every last dollar that you have accumulated over the course of your life is extracted from you and therefore your family is nuts. And if this guy, even this guy, if he ran only on, we're going to fix this thing with insurance and healthcare and death and all your money going away right as you're about to die, I strongly consider voting for that person. So this is a crazy person who has, in this moment, hit on an actual idea that I believe in, support. I don't know how to fix it. I have no idea. But I think that's the biggest problem we have in the country. And if he's interested in addressing that, I'm interested in listening to his solution.
Health insurance companies that have gotten rich on billions of dollars of money that should go directly to the people. The money should go to the people. That's you. So they can buy their own health insurance, which will give far better benefits at much lower cost. It will be far better health insurance. The current Unaffordable Care Act was created to make insurance companies rich. It was bad.
You can't just change the name of things. You can't just do that. It's not called that. No one would have passed something called the Unaffordable Care Act. I like that he took Obama out of it. He probably is going to mention Obama here in the next couple of minutes. But Affordable Care Act is Obamacare. Sorry.
Bad health care at much too high a cost. And you see that now in the steep increase in premiums being demanded by the Democrats, and they are demanding those increases, and it's their fault.
I'm gonna rewind that to hear him stumble over those words again because it was funny. You Democrats.
Companies rich. It was bad health care at much too high a cost. And you see that now in the steep increase in premiums being demanded by the Democrats, and they are demanding those increases, and it's their fault. It is not the Republicans' fault. It's the Democrats' fault. It's the Unaffordable Care Act, and everybody knew it. Again, I want the money to go directly to the people so you can buy your own health care. You'll get much better health care at a much lower price. The only losers will be insurance companies that have gotten rich in the Democrat Party, which is totally controlled by those same insurance companies. They will not be happy, but that's okay with me because you, the people, are finally going to be getting great health care at a lower cost. Another major focus is the cost.
What's amazing? I don't know if I want to go all the way through this. There's still 5 minutes left of it. I think what's amazing here is that it's as if we just said, hey, go talk to the people. Just go tell them whatever. And then he just comes out, and this is what's on his mind. Like, I'm just going to tell you how great I am, how terrible everybody else is, how beautiful coal is. Everything's the Democrats' fault. I'm going to change the names of some things. It's really a remarkable piece of American history that happened yesterday.
Of energy. For years, the radical left Democrats exploited the green energy scam as an excuse to funnel many billions of dollars into their own massive slush funds as their energy restrictions drastically drove up prices, and they drove them up at record levels. Electricity costs surged 30 to 100% under Biden, and the
Dude, it costs way more right now than it ever has to me. My electric bills are insane. So, I mean, you want to blame the previous guy, cool. But you were the guy previous to him, and you're the guy now. So you want to say it's the middle 4 years there that is the problem. Fix my bill? Fix my bill before standing here and telling me that the previous guy did it? Because I don't remember having this problem then. I have it now.
typical family lost $5,000 to $10,000 in higher energy costs. Think of that, $5,000 to $10,000 you lost.
Yeah.
On day one, I declared a national energy emergency.
How'd that go?
Gasoline is now under $2.50 a gallon in much of the country.
Not this
in
part.
some states, it, by the way, just hit $1.99 a gallon. And within the next 12 months, we will have opened 1,600 new.
I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna shrink him from the screen, and I'm gonna look up gas prices, gasoline price by state today. See if I can find that 199 he's talking about. Just real quick. State, yeah, all right, AAA. I believe in AAA. Gas prices.AAA.com. National average is 289, 290 basically. They don't even have a color for below $2. The lowest is blue. Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Arkansas, middle of the country, Missouri, Colorado. All right, so the lowest price per AAA, not per guy talking, is $2.34. We're in the worst part here, which is above $3. Most of the country is below $3. We're above $3. He's claiming below $2. That's just I wish you could fact check things in real time on most of the stuff he says. You can't just lie about the price of gas. And then I look at what the price of gas is and it's wrong, and then I'm just going to believe you on the other things you say. That doesn't work. All right, let's bring him back. But, I mean, none of that's true. So, cool.
New electrical generating plants, a record, and it's a record that won't be beaten by practically, I would say, by anybody, or certainly not very soon. Prices on electricity and everything else will fall dramatically. The Democrat inflation disaster, again, the worst in the history of our country, also robbed millions of Americans of home ownership and indeed the American dream. The yearly cost of a typical new mortgage increased by $15,000 under Democrat rule. In 11 months, we've already gotten that annual cost down by $3,000, and it's coming down a lot lower.
Right,
Wait till you see. The numbers are going to be shocking. And
I'm going to be honest here.
Soon announce our next chairman of the Federal Reserve,
talking.
Someone who believes.
I've lost interest. I've lost interest. The gas price thing got me. It's like, all right, I'm closing this. We're not doing it anymore. We did pretty well. Those took me an hour and a half to get through 15 minutes of audio, but we're good. All right, so I can close this. We can switch this screen back. I'm going to play music for a couple minutes, and then we're going to talk to the great Ray Walter about the New York Knicks. The plan is to not discuss any of this. Ray's in the chat. Yeah, interest under 3% in 2021. Yeah, I remember that too. I didn't quite get that because I bought in 2019, but did okay. We're under 4. Yeah, not. When you say a lot of things that sound like they're unbelievable, but none of them are tangible. None of them are things you can just look up. It builds and it builds and it builds. And we listen to 15 minutes of this, and it finally gets to one where we're like, hey, he just said gas prices in some places today are under $3. Let's see if that's true. And it's not close to true. I'm sorry, he said under $2. He said $1, some beautiful state has gas under $1.99 or at $1.99 or whatever. When the only thing out of all the stuff you say, the only thing I can look up is demonstrably false, it kind of messes with the credibility of the rest of what you said. Is that fair? All right, we're going to play music for a little bit, and then Ray Walter's going to come on, and we're going to not talk. Ray's in the chat, which means Ray is paying attention to the show. Ray, we're not talking politics. We're not talking Trump. We're not talking gas prices, mortgages, border, none of that. Basketball. You're a state Supreme Court justice, and you will talk basketball with me when we return. Honorable Ray Walter. This show is so stupid. Can you believe this is what I do? I do this every day. So dumb. All right. What have we learned today? Gas prices, that's a lie. That thing's a lie, which kind of calls into question everything else that you're saying. It sounds crazy. And also, you people in the chat, don't hit on Henry's mom because Henry's dad will kill you. Not like a murderer, just like you'll be a bloody pulp. He's a large, awesome, scary man that you don't want to mess with. So leave Henry's mom alone in the chat, and then we'll be back. Thank you for listening, and stay tuned. Do we want Christmas music or regular music? I think the regular music is better. I was so into the Christmas. I got the Christmas shirt. Merry Christmas. But I think the regular music is better. We'll talk about the NBA Cup champion New York Knicks next with the Honorable Ray Walter, because that's what I do on this show. It's Riter Radio.
Let's check in with Riter Radio's senior legal correspondent, the Honorable Ray Walter.
No legal nothing today. No legal nothing today. Ray's here to talk basketball. We did our political stuff, and then we bring on a former politician to talk basketball. That's how things work on Riter Radio. What's up, Ray Walter? How are you, buddy?
What's going on, Brad Ryder? It's my first time on the pirate ship here.
Is it? No, it's not. Is it really?
Yeah, I haven't been on since
the radio days.
Radio days.
Really? Well, I do know that I had to, with 30 seconds left in the Foo Fighters song, find the Ray Walter intro because I didn't have it programmed into the computer. So, yeah, I guess it has been a while. How are you, Ray?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm wearing my Christmas shirt today. That doesn't fit great, but it fits fine for video. You wouldn't want to see the rest of me, but chest up.
I've got
I'm fine.
Christmas tie on. I've got
Do you really?
Christmas trees on my tie. Absolutely.
Were they visible while you were wearing your robe as a judge today?
Just above just the knot.
It was a little, but it gives it a little festive spirit as you're being convicted of crimes. To know that the judge likes Christmas, that's got to feel good for the criminals.
Thankfully for me and for all the criminals out there, I don't do criminal law.
I know, but
I only do civil.
I know, but it's more fun to pretend that the people in front of you are criminals. In my version of it, we make things up on this show, Ray. That's kind of how it goes. That's why we bring on a judge to talk basketball. Tell me about your Knicks. Explain. Is this year 2 or year 3 of the NBA Cup?
Year 3.
Year 3. Okay.
Year 3 of the NBA Cup. It gives a little bit of flavor to the early season games, but it's kind of meaningless.
Yeah, but it's fun.
It is fun. It makes some of these games much more interesting. and they paint the courts a different color, and
that part's crazy.
It's pretty cool.
That part's crazy.
Yeah.
There are crazy courts. Like, it doesn't even look like it looks. Everything looks foreign during the NBA Cup. It looks like international play or something.
Yeah, that's how you know it's an NBA Cup game versus a regular season game, even though all the games count towards the regular season,
Right.
Other than the final. The final doesn't count at all. It's like none of the stats count.
Oh.
The record doesn't count. Nothing counts towards anything in the final game, but all the other games count.
All right. So tell me how it went for your New York Knicks, who obviously you take this as a sign that they've got a shot at the actual title this year, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And they are, I would say, even though their record isn't the top in the East, they're second in the East right now. I would say they are the team to beat in the East. The West is a little more stacked. I don't know if we can win the championship this year, but I think we have a pretty good chance to make the finals.
Well, that's all you can really ask for. You got to get out of your own group and then hope for the best. I mean, that's what we're hoping for the Bills, right? Like, I don't think at all about the NFC over the course of the regular season. Like, oh, what are they going to do against the Rams or against the Eagles or whoever the team is, the Niners? I don't know. Who cares? Get to the game. Give me 2 weeks to think about it and talk about it. We'll worry about them when we get there. Getting out of the East is the thing, and getting out of the AFC is the thing. That's okay. That's acceptable.
Yeah. Anything can happen once you get there. So let's just get there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. So walk me through it. I had somebody actually had a question. They said, ask him about what Josh Hart did to Jalen Brunson during the celebration. I don't know anything about this, so you're laughing. It's funny to two of you.
He let's say, how do I put this? He gave him a little surprise in the rear end when he when they were taking the picture.
Checked his oil?
Yes.
Oh.
Good way to phrase it.
Wow. Well, I think that's how we would have said it. I think that's how we would have said it in Geneseo, right? That's how Ben. That's how Ben would say it. Ben would be checking someone's oil. All right. So walk me through it. I literally saw nothing. I saw a couple little highlights. I saw the crazy floors, but I didn't pay attention. I have not watched an NBA game this year. But you're here to talk about your team, so I want to hear how it went down and what they did, and are you surprised, and was it great, and all that stuff.
So you're always happy when your team is the best at something, right?
Yes.
So they were the best in the NBA Cup this year. So they won their group. They break all of the teams down into 14 groups, and then if you win your group, you move on to the quarterfinals, and then they beat the Orlando Magic. First, they beat the Toronto up in Toronto. Then in the semifinals, they all go out to Vegas to play in Vegas. They beat the Orlando Magic in the semifinals, and then took on the San Antonio Spurs, who upset the Oklahoma City Thunder in the semifinals for the West. And then, they were down most of the game against the Spurs, and then had a tremendous fourth quarter, came back and won pretty convincingly enough towards the end. So it was great. It was a really good game. Different coach this year. We made it to the Eastern Conference Finals last year, and they subsequently fired their coach. So they knew that they needed something different to get over the top. A different coach, a different mindset. Maybe the Bills could. I knew
where you were going. I knew. I felt that the whole time. I knew what you were doing. I still think they're fine. I still think the Bills are fine. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this season ends, and we'll see what kind of conversation we want to have about that. You mentioned they play the Spurs. Is Wemby what he was advertised as he was coming in yet? Has he become that sort of player to your eye at this point? Because that is a freakish dude that it changes the way the game is played if he's if he's as advertised.
He is. He is. He's coming back from an injury, so they had him on a minutes restriction. So I think he only played 25 minutes. But he came in the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, and we handled him. He really didn't do anything. But he is a freak. I mean, he has the ball skills of a guard, and he's like 7'4". He can shoot a 3-pointer. He can command the floor at the basket. Nobody. The really amazing thing is, he only has whatever he averages in blocks, but everybody that drives to the hoop is changing their shot when they know he's there. So it is a huge influence on the defensive end, and offensively, he's really impressive. He's put on some bulk this year. I mean, he is going to be, assuming he stays healthy, and it's hard for guys who are 7'5"
it's Embiid,
to stay healthy. Yeah, but
Greg Oden.
He's in a little bit better shape than Embiid's ever been in.
Sure.
But he's got the talent. It's incredible.
Can you compare
really
him?
Something to watch.
Can you compare him to anybody else? Like what you're describing sounds more like Dirk than anybody else, but I obviously a taller version of that.
He's better inside than Dirk. This is high praise. So I'm going to say he's Elijah Wan with a 3-point shot.
Dude. Yeah, that's something.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, he's got to prove it over time.
Yeah.
But that's what we're looking at.
Yeah. All right. While we're on basketball, how's your AYB team doing? Ray is a coach in Amherst youth basketball. Doesn't even have a kid playing in it anymore, right? It's just you're coaching you're coaching a girls team.
My friend's daughter's team, yeah. And it's we're 1-2. We had a close one. We were down by 8 points going into the last 4 minutes of the fourth quarter last week, and we came back to close it within 2, and we just couldn't get the tying basket. We got a lot of good shots up, but just couldn't make them go in.
All right. My
so these are barn burners. It was like 12-10.
Ours have been pretty crazy. So I'm not coaching. I'm the scorebook guy. I sit at the table and do the book, which I had never done before, and I like because you get a good seat. Nobody gets in your way. And you get to hear everything that's going on. The officials talk to you and tell you everything. I like it. My son is in the 8th grade league, and they are also 1-2. They got smoked the first game. They got smoked the third game. And they've been pretty high scoring. They've been like 56-29 and, 48-36 and stuff like that. The one game that they won, which was the middle game, they won 29-28, and it was a buzzer beater by my son. It was the only 2 points he scored in the game, but he put up a shot with 2 seconds left, and it fell, and the game ended, and they won 29-28. So we're sitting at 1-2. He's now playing on 3 basketball teams, which he should be because he's 6'2" and 200 pounds at 13 years old.
That's awesome. So
he's now playing for school. And he's playing Southline, which is our league that we're always in, and he's also playing AYB. So there's been a lot of basketball. What's today? Today's Thursday. Yeah, we got to practice tonight. So he's got 2 practices tonight. Actually, he'll practice for school from 4:30 till 6, and then I'll shuttle him to wherever our Amherst practice is from 8 to 9 or something like that. So a lot of basketball. I get caught up in baseball, but basketball's been hot and heavy.
I love basketball. It's my favorite. Everybody loves the NFL. It's their number one sport, of course. But and the NBA and basketball is my passion because I can actually play it. Have you been to any UB games?
I have not been to one. I drove past the campus as the crowd was letting out from the Bonaventure loss. But they have been remarkable. And it is so nice to have that back. I was in the gym the other day because I do PA for wrestling. So I was there for a 3-way meet between UB, Gardner-Webb, and Kent State. And UB didn't fare especially well in the wrestling thing, but I found myself looking at the banners and thinking, my God, remember when the Bulls went to the NCAA tournament? It was like 4 times in 5 years or 5 times in 6 years or something like that. It's all hanging there, and it just kind of went away for a few years, and it's back this year, which is awesome.
I hope so. I hope it's back. I did catch the Canisius game at Canisius.
Nice.
They look really good, and I think they really haven't played anybody. I think Bonaventure is probably the best team they played.
Sure.
They dropped one at East Carolina the other night, and they were up by 20 and blew the lead and lost. So that was disappointing. It was on the road. And that happens. But I can't wait for MAC play to start and see how they fare because it's always a tough conference.
Yeah, I'm just happy there's life in that building again. And knowing, I mean, the Bonaventure game was packed, and that the part of that is obviously Bona crowd. They travel, and we've got a lot of Western New Yorkers who went there, and they get that opportunity. It's easier to go see them in Amherst than it is to drive down to the Riley Center. But people care, and I notice this in football and in basketball. When things are going well, people are bringing it up to me all the time. People know my affiliation with the program. I've been working for the athletic department since 2008. So people know. But most years, people don't really have much to say about the Bulls, basketball or football-wise. It takes something special happening, and I can feel the buzz when people start asking me, hey, what's going on with that team? I know things are right. So I have not been to a game yet. I will, obviously. We'll probably have a halftime game. Our Southline basketball program plays once a year during halftime of a game, and I've coached in that game a couple times. It's been awesome.
Yeah, I've done that once or twice too.
Yeah.
It is fun.
So for sure I'll do that. But yeah, I got to get to, honestly, the problem has been that my schedule, my kids' basketball schedule has precluded me from attending college basketball. And that's the biggest hurdle, is getting past all that. My phone's ringing. You want to guess who's calling me?
Who's calling?
Jeremy White. It's Jeremy White.
Oh, Jeremy. Can we conference in?
No, I just let it go. I just let it go. I could have, but I don't know. We'll just let it go. What else is up with you? Anything? Are you ready for Christmas, Ray?
Jeremy wants to talk NBA because they certainly don't do it on the radio.
Wow. Shots fired. Hear that, Jer? What are you ready for Christmas, Ray?
Getting there, almost ready. A few more things to do. I don't generally wait to the last minute, but there are probably a handful of things that I do wait till the end. So I gotta finish my Christmas cards.
I did that actually. The first thing I have to do after I finish the show is go pick up the Christmas cards that I had printed. How about this? So I get them printed at Walgreens, and I finished the design of it last night. I always do like pictures of the kids and stuff. And it said that they would be ready at 8:38 a.m. That was their estimated time when they would be ready. I got an email today from Walgreens that the pictures were ready. You know what time that email came? 8:38 a.m. The exact minute that they predicted they would be ready. I've never seen that before. So that's cool. So I'm going to go get those, and you'll see it within like 2 days. It should hit your mailbox, right?
Yeah. Good luck, 2 days. Come on.
Should
Christmas time. Luckily, if it's here by Christmas.
No, you'll get it. You'll get it.
I'll make sure I put yours in the mail as well today.
All right. That sounds good.
So maybe they'll come on the same day.
That would be amazing.
But everything's going great, man. I love the show.
Thank you.
Amazing. I thought that your AI episode was great, and I thought it nailed it. And I love AI. I use it all the time. It's become my best friend. Yeah,
it's crazy. Ray, I sat up the one night. There's this new thing. I haven't even talked about this yet, but I guess I'll reveal it right now. We're doing a new thing. There's going to be a live trivia show that's happening at the Kaz in South Buffalo, which is an amazing venue. It used to be it's like an Art Deco bank from the 1920s that is closed and has been converted into a music space. So it's a stage like with incredible lighting, and just the ambiance in there is awesome. There's a balcony. There's a bar up there too. It holds like 200 people. And we're going to start doing this thing. I believe January 13th is the first day. But in putting it together, in structuring the thing, I just sat up talking to AI I was awake until 5 a.m. because it was amazing. It was like being in a meeting. Doing a show by myself stinks because I have a lot of ideas, but I can't possibly use them all and organize them all. So I got to just talk to AI and say, all right, well, what about this? Well, what about that? Should I worry about this? What else am I forgetting? And it was like being in a meeting with 4 other people. It's like having a committee instead of just me. And it's still all my ideas, but it's me enhanced by the help of others, except the others aren't real people. And I don't know how to explain that to somebody who hasn't been through it, but you're the first one who told me, like, yeah, I'm paying the $20 a month for ChatGPT, and I'm now doing that because it's absolutely helping me with basically just getting my ideas together and organized. And like anything I want to do, it's like, yeah, do you want that in PDF form? Like, yes, I do want that in PDF form. Yes, I do want the whole thing.
I do it.
It's unbelievable.
I use it for coaching. I use it for coaching the kids. I'm like, put together a 1 hour plan for my practice tonight and put it in a 1-page PDF. And then I'm perfectly organized for my entire practice.
It's amazing.
It's incredible.
It's amazing. Where's your practice? Clearfield?
We got tonight at Clearfield.
I think we're at the church. All right. Well, I won't see you. One of these times I'm going to run into you because we're both around the same league. All right, Ray. Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations to your Knicks. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Good luck to our Bills, obviously.
There are a lot of hot legal topics upcoming. There's just been so many that it's hard to parse it out.
Yeah.
But we will definitely do some sort of special Supreme Court review show coming up in the future.
Yeah, you need to let me know when it's time to do that because I am willing to have you on. I have Scott at 11 o'clock on Mondays and Fridays. I have Bob at 11 o'clock on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Everything else is wide open. So I bring John Fuller in sometimes. I bring Paul Peck in. I bring you in. I got Paul Hamilton coming on tomorrow. Like we can, but you have to tell me, hey, it's time. And then I'm in. The second you say you want to come on, you're on.
All right. Sounds great.
All right. Thanks,
Go
Ray.
Knicks. Go Bills.
Hell yeah. Merry Christmas.
All right. Talk to you soon.
All right. There's Ray Walter, the great Ray Walter, the honorable Ray Walter, our senior legal correspondent. Should I call Jeremy back live on the air? I could do that. Show's almost over. Yeah, I'm gonna call him live. Here we go. Why not? I already got the phone hooked up. Called 5 minutes ago. We just call him back right now. See what happens.
Hello.
You're live on the air. I couldn't answer the phone because I was talking to Ray Walter live on the air, and then it was too late when he's like, "Why don't you just conference Jeremy in?" But you had then disappeared. So I don't know if you're calling the show or if you're just calling me the person. But I figured I'd just call you back live on the air as the show's wrapping up. I'm done in a minute, but we can go longer if you've got stuff to say.
Whatever. I could do both. I mean, hanging out.
Give me your impression of the new Sabres general manager. I'm having Paul on tomorrow, Paul Hamilton, to tell me anything I need to know about that guy. Is he cool? Do we like him?
I think he sounds like a guy that's done the job before, and I don't say that as an insult. I think he sounds like a guy that has, been through multiple organizations on his way up, a meritocracy kind of based guy where he got the job before because he deserved it. And he ran a team before. Like, I just think he sounds like a guy. Like, you know how, like, someone's a politician and you don't mean it in the wrong way? Like, no, I agree. Yeah, like that. I think he's like that. And the results we'll see. But I think there's reason to be encouraged because another team could have hired him and you'd be like, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
That's exactly what I was going to say. He's a guy who could be a GM of one of the teams in the league, and it happens to be our team. Fine.
Right.
Okay.
Right. The flip side of that, I also felt the same when they rehired Lindy. I'm like, sure, it's a legacy hire, but he also just works in the league. It's not unusual.
Right.
Like, it's a normal kind of coach idea. I think that one might change soon. We'll see. But anyway, yeah.
Okay.
So there you go.
That's cool. Do you want me to end the show and then call you back?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do that then.
It's nothing like top secret, but I'll come on again and we'll talk about a bunch of stuff like tomorrow or
soon. All right. Sounds good. Thanks, Jer.
See ya.
I'll call you back in a few. All right. There's Jeremy White to wrap up the show. How about that? Special guest appearance. How about that idea? That's a new idea. The call out talk show, right? You got lots of call in shows, but you don't get a lot of call out shows. Like, hey, let's see what Jeremy's up to, and just hit the button and call him. Like, looking through my most recent calls: Jeremy, Ray, Bob Gone, my dad, my wife, Jeremy Hoyle, Tim Graham, Scott Wilson, my boy Josh, baseball coach, bunch of the same people: John Fuller, Mike O'Brien, Dan Cave. Yeah, that might be a new plan. Just see who's available. Just call people. Hey, I don't feel like talking to myself right now. Let's just call somebody. Let's call my friends. All right, we're done with the show. Thank you for listening, calling, commenting, participating. Don't listen to Jeremy's silly argument on the NFL playoff reseeding. I won't. 321 points, Nick. Yeah, that's right. Go Knicks. Thanks, Ray. Now I got to call Jer back for Riter Extendo Sports. That's good. Extendo Sports. It was 47-28 UB at the half. That stinks. There's a lot in the chat now. I love the chat is active, and I see it. I don't react to it in real time necessarily because I'm doing the show. But like during breaks, I didn't really take breaks today. I took one. But generally speaking, the chat being active makes me feel like the show is alive and it's not just me sitting in my house talking to no one. So thank you for participating in that. And again, to kind of bring it home, I'm doing the hands thing. I can't stop. We're migrating everything to the YouTube thing. So if you're still listening on Mixlr, it's there. And I have a subscription to it through June. Yesterday, I almost canceled the subscription because with most online subscriptions, all you do by canceling it is make sure you don't pay again. And that's what I was hoping to do, but I didn't see clear language in there that would tell me that the subscription would continue through the end of the year that I paid for. So I didn't want to do it because I didn't want it to just go away. But now I have to set an alarm to remind me to cancel it right before it renews because I don't want to pay again because we're going in a different direction. But it's still there. If you're still using it, I'm not telling you don't, but I am telling you you'd be better served to go to the YouTube version of the show, which comes with video. I know that sucks. You got to look at me too. But you can just put it on and not look and listen, and it'll be fine. And plus, that allows you to pause it too. Mixler, you can't do anything. It's just whatever goes live is live, and that's that. With YouTube, you can pause. You got to do something, you pause it, and you resume, and you'll be a little behind, but you'll have it. It's like DVR style. So that's what I recommend. All right, we got to do some music to get out of here. It's going to be, it's Talking Heads? Yeah, okay. I accept Talking Heads. Thanks for listening, subscribing. Do the thing with the bell with the notification. So it shows up on your phone. It's like, hey, Riter Radio's on. That happens to my dad. It's happening to my dad's phone. It's like, I don't know what's going on. You're sending me messages. I'm not doing anything, Dad. Well, every time you go on, you send me a message. I don't. It's automatic. It's automatic. AI. It's the future. Future. All right. We're done. Thanks for listening. Bye.